Good evening. Ira Epstein with your metal market wrap-up. And this wrap-up is for Wednesday, the 16th of February, 2022, about 7:10 p.m. Central Time. Whipsaws, that's the kind of markets that I look at, and obviously you know why. It's the Ukrainian situation. Is it on? Is it off? Are we getting propaganda? I mean, Wednesday's come and gone. How many intelligence agencies, the UK, the United States, and others, today was going to be Invasion Day? No invasion taking place. Doesn't mean it can't. Estonia just came out and is saying that their intelligence now has it that one is coming right away as well. Okay. When it comes, it comes. If it doesn't come, it doesn't come. But it does create market situations that are unique. Energy got hit. You know why? It has nothing to do with the Russian situation. It appears that the Biden administration is about to cave in and do a deal with Iran. I use the word cave in because I, for one, just don't trust the Iranian government, period. The people are different. The country's different. But governments, you know, it's like the U.S. We're people. People may not like the administration, but generally Americans, we're different than our governments are different. Well, that's my concept, at least. And my problem is I don't think you can trust that government as far as you can throw them, which is nowhere. So suddenly, instead of us throwing an active policy on energy at ourselves, a good one, we're going to go and we're going to allow them onto the market. It appears to be what it is, and it's why you're down. I'm not saying it's a done deal. I'm saying it's very close to a deal. That'll impact the gold for a moment. Why? The Biden administration's got another fight on its hand. I mean, if you talk about all the good things that the president's got done since he's taken office, we certainly have one big construction plan that nothing's happened with yet. I think you'd agree with that, but it is there, and eventually the monies will roll from it, and there'll be benefits, but it's not been too good. And he's got inflation against him. He's got a lot of else. I get calls all the time. Is he a one-term president? I don't know. First of all, I'm not a political analyst, but I don't know. I think he'd be very hard-pressed if there were an election today to win it, not even knowing who's going to run against him. And I think Ms. Harris would do even worse in the polls. But as I look at all this, we're backing off again, as expected a bit. You know, you can't get your feet down firm onto too much right now. That's the scary part of it. The dollar's up a little bit. The yen, I was looking at to see if we're getting any war fears. It's not. It's where is the yen? Oh, in fact, I took it off. I swung over to the Aussie dollar. I forgot about that. Bonds and notes, though, up a little bit, but the gold not going anywhere. And you're down, in, as I just said, in the energies. I don't know. It's a hard one, and traders have been having a hard time with it because I hear from them. So as we take a look here on a weekly chart of gold, you can't argue that it looks good. It's up 1.6% going into Thursday. That's solid. The market's come up very nicely. It had this reversal day right here. I want to show that to you. That's a big reversal day. Today, which is Thursday. That's really what this is, the trading session. If you take that high out of an outside day down, that's a powerful signal. You often make a move to higher levels, and it could be wherever the Bollinger Band shows up. Certainly, moving averages are far away from here, and the Bollinger Band's 1883. So the first run at these 1860 zone held the market in check. It had its break, and that looked good, and suddenly the market is coming back to a degree. Very fascinating. Where's momentum during all this? Difficult. Overbought. Overbought market, trading against its upper Bollinger Band into a stall zone, but certainly got the upside bias and upside momentum going for it, but overbought. Gold-silver ratio, not favoring silver. Silver, while it has an uptrend, higher lows, higher highs, has not been able to get up to its upper Bollinger Band. If it could catch on fire here, that is a neat target at the 2418. I have told traders, and I said it this morning, and I said it yesterday in my paid subscriber videos, that I thought that the area of 2328 down to around 2310 it was the big support area, but I hated the idea that you had to risk almost $2,000 to trade a normal size contract and try to play that. Too difficult. Copper market, sideways action. That's what I see. I see a big sideways market right now. Platinum market, again, moving up. Is this a war fear from that Russia might invade? If so, we should see palladium, and it is up $8, $9 tonight. So a couple of things there. Palladium's been in a corrective mode. It finally got back under recently the 200-day average of closes, fell to the 18, and now it needs a formation to work from. The bears, I know you don't agree with that possibly, but the bears are in control of the market as you have lower highs, lower lows, momentum down, and when you're under the 18-day average, the bias down. If they can get their way, one of the potential support numbers would be the 2186.70 level. Last, the dollar index. And by the way, I took off the Bitcoin. Some of you didn't like that I put it there. I put it back into the financial market area. Higher lows, higher highs, staying under that 18-day average of closes. I think that on its own, and I think you have to accept this for the time being, the higher and more we get interest rates, the worse people think it's going to do for the U.S. economy. And the dollar is to a degree discounting that. If we get an invasion, I would expect that we wake up the morning of it or the afternoon or the evening and the dollar takes off, the Japanese yen takes off, the Swiss franc takes off, bonds and notes take off, gold takes off to the upside. Everything else, pressure hits them except for crude. You would think that the crude oil would be possibly cut off. I was reading tonight about the energy ministers out of Russia. And they are threatening to reverse the flow of oil and other markets. I was reading it tonight. It's in, I think, Reuters. He comes out and he says, we could do this. We might well do this if the NATO gets involved against us, Germany, so on. So I know that they say they won't do it. They threaten to do it. I don't think they ever would do it. He tried to say, we have so much in the way of cash reserves, we could afford to do it. Okay, but then you lose a customer and you force that customer, like other businesses, to go elsewhere. Once they go there, you don't get them back that easy. And that is the thing you want to avoid no matter what. So one of the things that we've been watching is the importance here of hitting these Bollinger Bands and the swings that they offer you and what you try to do with them. Watch this because I think it'll change your trading.